Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Guten Morgen, mein Freunden. YouTube is telling me we are live. So as always, we gotta sit through some ads at the beginning of the stream. Today it's the absolute classic raid, the Shadow Legends. I was approached by them a couple different times for, doing stuff for them, sponsorship opportunity. And let me tell you, first of all, they don't pay well. Second, they want an absurd amount from you. And third, it's an awful game. Just an absolute joke. But we are here live with the start of Season 0. So this entails a bunch of new stuff, including the new Thieves Guild Questline, which I already began. If you guys want to begin that, it's in Collections, Stories, Zone DLC, then it's right at the top. And all this, everything that is new with Season 1 is also in my video that just came out with like an hour ago. I wanted to wait to come out with that until it was actually confirmed Season 1 was launched, and given recent events, I think that was wise because every indication we had was that everything was still on schedule, but things have been pretty crazy. So if you have been living under a rock for the last couple days, I made a post last night on YouTube, absolutely full to the brim with profanity, but I feel like it really summarized the situation quite well. So we're actually going to begin by reading that post. Someone said they read it in my voice. So now, you don't have to imagine. I'm actually going to go ahead and read it in my voice right here and now. So there we go. All right. So this was kind of a crash out, not going to lie. Yesterday was a interesting day. I've decided I don't want to name names or make this public, but I spent a considerable portion of the day being harassed by one of the most prominent creators in the community. Just a bunch of absurd, abusive behavior. If you do want to know more, I have the whole thing linked on the Discord, which you should join anyway. The Discord link is the first link on my profile page, and it's also listed in this stream description. Okay, but here we go. For the last time, hopefully, I know it's not actually going to be the last time, but hopefully, for the last time, there's absolutely zero credence to the rumor that 50% of the staff at ZOS were laid off. This is all based on a Blue Sky post from a developer, not laid off, named Catherine Souza, who later clarified she was referring to the active development team, not the studio, and then deleted her post. There is no indication that her reporting was accurate and truthful. I mean, honestly, the opposite of that. It looks like it was just a knee-jerk hyperbolic statement with all this stuff in it about, evil corporations and all that. There is no indication that her reporting was accurate and truthful, but it was immediately picked up by an army of gullible, lazy, and disingenuous content creators and gaming journos, leading to an echo chamber that has so thoroughly trained AI to believe this BS that I'm concerned no amount of truth telling on my part can unfuck the algorithm. The other widely cited number from Washington Business Journal, 186 laid off. And now remember, the Washington, D.C. area, that's where Bethesda is actually located. Bethesda is a suburb in Maryland. of the greater DC metropolitan area. This is again, the 186 laid off figure is derived from a single source at ZOS, and it's based solely on the number of people who were on a call related to the layoffs. Even if, that's a big if, even if this person is being accurate in telling the truth, there's no reason to believe all the people on that call were getting laid off. It's likely that Microsoft executives, union representatives, and upper management from ZOS were also present. To date, we only have 63 confirmed layoffs. Those are the cold, hard fucking facts, my friends. Is that an inconsequential number of staff? No. Am I a heartless psychopath, or I guess I should have said sociopath, who doesn't care that these people no longer have jobs? Also, no. But objectively, none of this means that ZOS is cooked or ESO is being shut down. Rather, these numbers reflect a targeted restructuring of ZOS, aligning it better with game director Nick Giacomini's vision of a more agile, adaptive live service products. Unlike all the lemmings out there simply parroting whatever doomer bullshit they happen to come across, I actually did my fucking research. I actually care what happens to this company and this game because I love both of them, and I'm not simply jumping on whatever bandwagon rolls my way. My hard-won personal integrity, and let me tell you, it's been a battle to improve myself, compels me to ignore the idiotic allure of farming meaningless, empty clicks. When Tamriel Tome was about to roll out and everyone was acting like you were being forced to pay for the premium pass, I thought that was peak stupidity on behalf of the ESO community. And honestly, I don't know if it's stupidity. I think a lot of this is actually orchestrated. I have trouble not believing that. With this, however, you guys have truly outdone yourselves with a new abysmal low. It honestly fills me with visceral fucking revulsion. It really does. How quick everyone has been to just believe whatever sensational rumors would be most likely to get a 1990s, most likely to get Japanese, most likely to get 1990s Japanese housewives gossiping behind their hands in front of the apartment complex. I know it's an oddly specific metaphor or simile, but that's just what came to mind. You know, like in various anime, like the housewives all getting together in front of the apartment complex and gossiping about the new person who moved in or whatever. And then, yes, I got a little bit, self-congratulatory here. We truly deserve better, and that's why I'm here. I deeply appreciate all the rational voices coming to my defense over these last couple of days. But it's time the rest of you did the bare minimum of research that I conducted. I mean, literally 15 minutes of research, guys. It wasn't that hard to understand what the fuck is actually going on. Obama mic drop. So yeah, that's really the long and short of it, guys. I just want to make sure to reiterate, we really don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to double check really quick, but as far as I'm aware, yeah, we don't have any new information from the devs. They just said this morning, Zos Kevin said, we're going to focus on getting season 1 out for now. We will let you guys know when we know something. So as the stream goes on, I'm going to touch on this more. What I think is really going on, why there's been such hysterical hyperbole, what my actual prognostications are for the future trajectory of the game. But for now, we're going to cover all the new stuff in Season 1. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to Mamba, Ada, Jeff, Halloween Beats, Lawrence Davies, Steve. Steve, you were the first one to chat, and you brought up an interesting point. Is the no disc thing from Sony a ploy? Are they then going to offer the disc at a 30% increased price? No, of course not, because they're getting rid of the disc drive with the PS6, and this actually doesn't matter. Everyone acts like this matters, but it doesn't. having a physical disc, like, you have to be like actually mentally handicapped to think that gives you ownership rights to the products. That has not been the case since like CDs. Okay. Even when DVDs came out, there was this thing called region locking. And it was the beginning of, I forget what the acronym is, but basically, you know, copyright being put onto the intellectual property on the disc. So you could be locked out of it. You could have the DVD. I remember this happened. I accidentally, like, something happened where we had, when I was a kid, like we had a disc from another country or something. Like we accidentally got something that was meant for Europe, and I wasn't able to watch the DVD. You know, it was region locked. So we haven't had actual ownership of digital products for decades. And I'm not saying that's good. That's bad. If you buy something, the basic premises of free market capitalism dictate that you should own it. You are not leasing land from the king. You have the actual deed in your name. You know, in civilized Western countries, you have sovereign ownership of your own property. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that all the lemmings freaking out over, oh, I don't have discs anymore. Like, did you really think the disc actually gave you ownership? Like, there is some subtlety to this where it's like, you can't share games anymore. But who does that? Who's like, oh, I finished this game. Here you go, buddy. The used game marketplace is going away. Like, yes, these are legitimate issues, and that's too bad. But everyone acting like this is somehow the final blow in digital property ownership. You guys haven't been awake the last 20 years. This is not a new thing. It's a bad thing, yes. As an ultimately libertarian or even anarchistic individual, you should have ownership of the things that you purportedly own. But this is in no way new. It's been this way for a very long time. And this changes really nothing except, I guess, like the totemic, superstitious, tribal, primal perception of, I have object in hand. I own it. Ooga booga. I have disc. Like, no. You may have the disc, but that doesn't mean you own it. You haven't owned what's on discs since DVDs. Okay. Lawrence Davies, this has been very public knowledge for a long time now. Only 2,000 of your tome points carry over. If you're not aware of that, you should be watching my videos. At least you're watching them more carefully, because I've been talking about this for months now. The new Gold Coast stuff sucks. Okay, I'm gonna check that out probably first. Good morning, Jeff. Ada, you're saying the new Grim Focus skill style does not alter the red aura, only the arrow. I'll look at that. I'm curious if that's actually legit or not. The Gold Coast shop is terrible. They need to put better stuff in there. Welcome, Largemouth Bass. Welcome, Purge. Purge, thank you for resubbing recently. And Largemouth, thank you for becoming a new member. Yeah, the DCMA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, that's the overall system that put this in place. There's a certain, like, it's like, starts with a C. It's a 3-letter acronym for the actual technology that has been used to lock us out of DVDs for, you know, a long time. Select start, another new member. Don't be pushed around. I've been watching ESO streamers for about 10 years. You're the best I've seen. It's not even close. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, that was basically what it was. Is a guy who is much more established and has a larger audience was just kind of trying to dress me down or browbeat me. But he just didn't happen to know that everyone who has ever tried to do that to me has not succeeded. I'm a pretty ornery person, and you know, kind of, we both got into the gutter with this. But I don't know. I'm biased, but I think that I ended up having the moral high ground in the situation. But it was rough to just kind of be out of nowhere, just attacked and lambasted and put on blast by someone who, yeah, I can't say I ever really respected them, but I did like respect their position. where they managed to establish a pretty large audience and were pretty well respected within the community. Though what has come out subsequently is actually how little respect this person has retained over recent years. And I learned more about why that has been the case. And after that, I was like, wow, you know, I don't really feel so bad here. Curse Fiery, no comment. Matt, yes, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that. Decatics. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into some actual stuff here. I'm going to start recording, and we're going to look at the Gold Coast Bazaar. All right, so we do have some new items in the Gold Coast Bazaar. Wrong spot. Where am I going? Right, it's in the Crown Store. I knew that. So in the seasonal section of the Gold Coast Bazaar, we do have quite a few new items. So first of all, we have the Glenumbra Deceiver's Diadem. I am pleased to see that I think there are at least a few items in here that are usually only in crown crates. But yes, when I looked at this earlier, I was also a little bit disappointed with the scope of what's available. But we do have this adornment, the Glenumbra Deceiver's Diadem, which gives you little horns like you're some kind of anime girl. And then we have the Sea Stone Brow Plate, which for some reason doesn't show on you. It shows on a mannequin, on a bust. That's decent. We have the Dungeon Explorer costume. It's kind of a cool backpack. You're like the backpack guy in all the dungeon anime. There's a lot of anime. This stuff is all making me think about anime for some reason. I haven't watched anime in years. But, you know, the person who carries around the backpack in the anime and is always being crapped on by the big damage dealer and the healer, and the damage dealer and the healer are, you know, like there's like some sexual innuendo that they're involved with each other. Then the tank is some big black guy, and okay, I'm getting into my thoughts here a little bit too much. But this is the Dungeon Explorer costume, and this is the Fisher Folk workwear. That's cool, I guess. You got a basket of fish in your back. This is supposed to be Breton. What is the race associated with this style? What I am stoked to see is the Plant Yourself emote, which I'm pretty sure is a Crown Crate exclusive until now. And somehow I missed this, and I do really like it. I like all of these throne emotes. I am actually going to go ahead and snag this right now. I am pleased that they added this with the Gold Coast Bazaar. Then we also do have the furnishing the statue of the Ascendant Lord. Now, was this only available with the High Isle Collector Edition before? I'm not certain about that, but that's my thinking. It says claimed from the treasure trove of the Ascendant Order, but I don't know what that means. As far as these statues go, this is pretty minimal. It doesn't have any lighting or VFX to it. This is, I believe, the legendary Breton Bendu Olo. Or maybe he was an Imperial. I don't know if the Bretons had been cooked up in a lab by the High Elves at that point or not. But this is Bendu Olo, and he's looking at some treasure. Okay, and apparently this was a reward for the first High Isle event. So it's cool it's back. I don't know if I need this. I did recently get back into housing, but I don't really care. Now, Alchemy was given out as a free house guest. I do remember this, and I believe 2024 or 23 as part of the daily login rewards, 1 month. The Druidic Knotwork body and face tattoos. I couldn't care less. This is available. I'm gonna be honest. You can also get the plant yourself emote with trade bars. Apparently, okay, good to know. It's in a room box. It's not actually from Crown Crates. Okay, I had no idea. But these not work tattoos are irrelevant. The Nyx Ox Warsteed is also available for a whopping 4,500 trade bars. Is it even remotely worth it? It just looks like an average normal Nyx Ox. Yeah, pass. Then the Treasure Hunter's Horse for 4,000 trade bars. Hey, Spriggan. I might have to go somewhere that I'm not gonna get photobombed constantly. That's not Bendu Olo. That's Lord Bacaro Valoris. Okay. Not Bendu Olo. Shows how little I know. The Sheogorath quest is not out yet. But then we do have some pretty good pets. This is the Atmoran Bantam Guar. I call these the seizure guars. We had one last time around too. I don't understand why they're shaking like that. I mean, this is gonna trigger epileptics just looking at this thing. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have a seizure for the first time in my life just looking at this pet. I don't understand why it's shaking like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to move somewhere it's not so populated. So let's go over here. This guy's just blocking the entrance. What are you doing, buddy? Okay. So anyway, that was the Ultra Seizure Guar. Then we have the Clouded Sench Leopard Cub. Okay. I'm gonna move to where it's not in the grass. The Cold Harbor Phantom Guar, though, is actually pretty appealing to me. Not gonna lie. That looks cool. It's not shaking like it's, you know, on Adderall. Like, it's just kind of sitting there with some glowing eyes. I do like that. Then we have the Nenalata Aliad Wolf Pup. I don't know where this came from, but I do kind of like that glowing jewel on its head. It's pretty bright, the glow on that jewel. This is a pretty cool mount, or this is a pretty cool pet in my opinion. I may have to snag it. And then here we have the Orchid Fall Veil Fawn, which I actually have fawned over at various times. I do like this pet a lot. I feel like it would go well with a variety of my characters. I like it better than the red version that is also in the Gold Coast Bazaar. It's kind of sad it's a reskin. But that's what I'm going to think about. I might snag this. Yeah, Purge. I get rid of older content on a pretty regular basis, especially live streams. And that's kind of OCD, honestly. As you guys, if you've been with the channel for a while, I have upgraded my setup a lot. I look at my old content and it's honestly like painful. Where it was before I was using a de-esser. I didn't have my mirrorless camera. I also was like, you know, life has gotten a lot better for me recently. Let's just say that. So yeah, I've gotten rid of a lot of old videos, a lot of old live streams. Basically, I look at things and I process it through two different what's the word, like benchmarks, where okay, is this still getting any views whatsoever? If no, and also if it's from a previous period where my technical setup was less proficient, then I'll probably get rid of it. I think there are mounts in the Battle Pass machine gun, but we haven't gone to that yet. We're doing the Gold Coast Bazaar right now. This is the Peddler pack pony, which you would think would give you more inventory space, but it is not an inventory pet. It's cool enough. It's got some rugs on it. And the peddler pack cinch lion. I'm seeing a theme here. The peddler pack spider. Got some kind of rug salesman taking all these animals around with him. The peddler pack wolf cub. And the pellucid swamp jelly. Ooh. That is cool. Look how translucent that is. I am a big fan of this. Nice. But isn't this also available in the Grim Harlequin crates that are coming back? I forget where this comes from. I do like this. I like it a lot. It's almost ghostly, but you can tell it's just like meant to be like made of a translucent gelatinous material. Damn, I might have to grab that. Then we have the scruffy Skyrim paint pony. All right. Doesn't look very scruffy to me. It's got some pretty immaculate braids. And now on to the paintings, the ESO Plus paintings that are coming back. Carapace Caverns, Leowin Awaits, The Stitches, and a statue, Oriel of Garlus Aegea. I do like Oriel. I'm not going to get any of these, but it's cool it's there. Dibella. Hey, that is some actual nudity on that. That's interesting. The nipple is showing. They usually don't do that. But Dibella do be a ho do. Jezebel. Kynareth, air goddess, is not showing any nip. Meridia, the bright lady, also nippleless. Mora, Lord of Secrets. Nocturnal, the Gloam Queen, is covering up reasonably well. Periite, the Taskmaster. Prince Hugh, also known as Prince Hubalajad. Okay, I was kind of wondering who Prince Hubalajad was. Redguard Warrior Statuettes. Steadfast Stendar. Sirabane, the Warlock. And yes, it is Sirabane. It's not Sirabane. Go listen to the bards in Alinor, if you doubt me. Trinimac, Paragon. Vermena, Dreamweaver. And Wolf and Warrior Statuette. And that's it. That is actually it. Wow. Yeah, there's really not a lot here, is there? That's kind of disappointing. There are a few pets that are a bit alluring, and then just basically all this ESO Plus stuff that people might have missed over the years with kind of deceptive looking thumbnails for it. Like, that's not actually green. This is not actually purple. A couple just absolute trash mounts. Yeah, the seasonal items in the Gold Coast Bazaar are pretty bad. Pretty bad. The Gold Coast Bazaar, this Gold Coast Bazaar sucks. Sorry if that offends anyone. The Skara, I mean, you're just objectively correct. There's really not a lot here. You started playing ESO last week, Fat Blinky. Nice. Well, welcome to the game. Despite what everyone's saying, this is actually a good time to be playing. Yeah, why are the statuettes all that color? It's like the color of like cobalt or something. I don't understand. Why are they blue like that? All right. But that's it for the Gold Coast Bazaar. The offerings this season are pretty mid. I am surprised by how little is really there. It's definitely kind of disappointing. There are a few items I might be interested in, but it looks like mainly I'll be saving my trade bars until the next event. Oh, well. Now it's time, though, to check out the new Tamriel Tome, which, I don't know. I'm going to be getting this for the chicken. And I just have the 12 premium tome tokens. So I just can. But this corgi, like, what are they even thinking with this? Oh, it's so cute though. Oh, man. He only had 400 employees. What do you expect? They could run this ship with 100. They could easily run this ship with 100. All right. Well, yeah, it's time to start another recording and get into a review of the Gold Coast Bazaar. I mean, Tamriel Tomes. All right. So the new Season 1 Tamriel Tome is out. And we've already known about quite a lot of this for a while now, like what's in it. But there will probably be some surprises as we go through this. So we're going to go page by page, covering first the free and then the premium rewards. So we're going to get, as always, 8,000 seals from this in one way or another. The first page does have 875. I'm going to go ahead and claim that. And claim the trade bars. And then also on page 1, we have the Chevalier's Honor face tattoo, the Charming Rogue dagger, which is just kind of easily forgettable in my opinion, and some Gold Coast experience scrolls, 2 of them. In the paid rewards on page 1, we have the Valiant Rogue dagger. Now, the VFX on this is absolutely insane. You have this pink glow combined with this yellow ball. Like, this is just over the top. Like, I feel like almost over designed, and it's so freaking pink. I don't know, like I like pink more than the average heterosexual male, but like that's too pink even for me. You also do get some Alliance Wars skill line scrolls, major for 100% extra AP in page 1 of the paid pass. The Arrow's Sting skin, which I don't know. I do like how it's kind of bright glowing green, but I don't get what's up with that. I don't get the point. You also get 2 Grand Gold Coast experience scrolls on page 1 of the paid pass. And Way Shrine navigation charts. I'm having trouble figuring out what these really do. Apparently this the tooltip says this reveals all Way Shrine locations, but I think I got one last season and tried it and it didn't do anything. So that's weird. Anyway, on to page 2. On the free track, we have 750 more trade bars, which I'm going to go ahead and snag. And 925 more seals, also grabbing that. Plus, we have a woodworking upgrade kit containing 8 rosin and some other upgrade materials. The Charming Rogue Bow, and again, this weapon style does absolutely nothing for me. And a bunch of Tri-Restoration Potions, always good to have. Then in the paid track on page 2, we have the Valiant Rogue Bow. This time we have 2 glowing yellow balls and even more pink VFX. We have the Charming Rogue Girdle, Belt, and Sash. We have the Veiled Strike Autumn Gold skill style. That's fine, I guess. I don't really use that skill. Then we also have some instant research scrolls. Blacksmithing, clothing, jewelry, and woodworking. Plus Gold Coast Swift Survivor elixirs. All right, on to page 3. The Valiant Rogue Shield. Like, wow, these are just so over the top. I don't know. I'm going to end up getting all these because I'm getting the Premium Plus pass, but that is just nuts. Oh, wait, I want to do the free stuff first. So on the free track of page 3, you get, I believe it's just 1 Bandari Peddler crate, 1,000 trade bars, some bounty sheets. These are furnishings. A bunch of Thieves Guild related furnishings all in a pack. There are 19 of them. The Charming Rogue Shield. And it looks like, again, 1 Sunken Trove crate. I'm glad they're bringing Sunken Trove back. It's been a while. And then in the paid track, we have the Valiant Rogue Shield, which is just crazy bright, seizure-inducing. This is the season of the seizure, I feel like. 10k Telvar stones, which is very appreciated. Blade Cloak Jade Arrow. This is a skill style. Looks pretty decent. I don't, again, really use Blade Cloak, though. Gold Coast Warrior elixirs and Gold Coast Spellcaster elixirs, and that's it for page 3. On page 4, in the free track, we have 1250 trade bars, the Charming Rogue Axe. Again, all these things are just boring. 950 seals, the Chevalier's Honor body tattoo. I just don't understand. Does anyone like these tattoos? Does anyone wear them? Like, does anyone enjoy them? Why do they keep putting them out? And a clothing upgrade kit containing 8 dreg wax and some other upgrade materials. In the paid track, we have the Charming Rogue gauntlets, bracers, and gloves. And then the Valiant Rogue axe, which is like the rest of the Valiant Rogue stuff, just insanely bright and over the top. Crown lethal poisons. The hyena cub. I still really don't know how I feel about the hyenas. Why are you saying no Spopes? What did I do? Did I make a whoopsie? And then you also get 100 transmute crystals. On to page 5. Here we have the Charming Rogue Maul. 1,000 seals. The Blade Cloak Gold Arrow skill style. So we already had 1 for Blade Cloak, right? Yeah, we had Blade Cloak Jade Arrow in the Premium Pass. And now in the free track, we also have Gold Arrow 2 pages later. 10k Telvar, 75 Transmute Crystals. Then in the paid track on page 5, we have the Valiant Rogue Maul. 1,500 trade bars. Those are the additional trade bars you get by having the Premium Pass. A jewelry crafting research crate, including a protective ring and necklace, and also a bloodthirsty ring and necklace, in case you haven't gotten those traits yet on your crafter. Oh yeah, you were saying nobody likes the tattoos. Yeah, right. No, I'm looking for one person who actually likes it. Just one who actually likes these tattoos. And then we have the Hughes Bane Hyena, which is just a reskin of the Centrots. Hyenas don't look like that. They don't have like giant beefy chests and shoulders. Has no one ever seen The Lion King? I don't know. This strikes me as a really bad combination of ugly and low effort. So, yeah. Then we have an adventuring supply pack here with 200 lockpicks, 200 soul gems, 20 crown repair kits, and 10 group repair kits. That's useful, I guess. All right. On to page 6. On the free track on page 6, we have 1,500 trade bars. The blacksmithing upgrade kit that we all knew was coming with 8 tempering alloys and other items. We have a bunch more furnishings. There's 14 in this pack. They are all food related. A pie dish, a Redguard mug, Colovian grapes, etc. The Charming Rogue sword, and 5,000 archival fortunes. Okay, I will not say no to that. I am always in need of archival fortunes, so kudos, Sauce. Thanks for that. In the paid track on page 6, we have the Valiant Rogue sword. And you guys know me. I like bright, shiny stuff, but even I feel like they went too far with all this. We have the Charming Rogue feat items. Spring Green Grim Focus. All right, let's take a look at this. Wait, does Grim Focus usually use a bow? People were really into this a while back, but I never really followed the meta at that point. Does it usually have a bow, or did they add that with this? Then we have the Gold Coast Trapping Poison here as well, and Gold Coast Draining Poisons. These are just so useless. All the potions and poisons aside from the Try Restore, like, I just don't need to have them in here at all. Yeah, the auto-claim option should be an opt-in. I don't understand why it's forced. It makes no sense to me. Hang on, be right back. I'm going to open my door for some more airflow. It gets hot in this room. All right, page 7. On the free track, we have 2 more Bandari Peddler crates. These are some of the worst crates in my opinion. It's hard to get excited about that. We have 1,025 seals, another utterly unwanted Charming Rogue weapon, another adventuring supply pack. Was the last one in the premium rewards and this one's in the free? I think that's what happened here. Hey, thank you, Purge. Catch you later, man. Appreciate the donation. One of the best supporters of the channel. Been here a long time. Purge has been with us for a while. And then the Sunken Trove crate. We have 2 of those. I am stoked to get the Sunken Trove crates, that's for sure. Then the premium rewards. Then in the premium rewards, we have the Charming Rogue pants, the Valiant Rogue mace, 10 outfit change tokens. Fine, whatever. And the Explorer's Travel Parcel, which contains 5 crown lessons for each mount stat, and then another Wayshrine navigation chart. And then we also have a bundle of 2 Grand Gold Coast Experience Scrolls and 2 Grand Alliance War Skill Scrolls. Nice. I'm trying to get through all the whatchamacallits. All the veterancy levels. So that's going to be useful. All right. Page 8 free rewards includes 1750 trade bars. The Charming Rogue Staff, 1050 seals. Another Explorer's Travel parcel, this time in the free area. And a bundle of 3 each blacksmithing, clothing, jewelry, and woodworking research scrolls. In the paid track, we have an alchemy craft bag containing 20 each of Blessed Thistle, Bugloss, is it Bugloss? Bugloss? Columbine, Cornflower, Dragonthorn, Lady Smock, Mountain Flower, and Water Hyacinth. You know, I came across some cornflower out in the wild recently on a hike, and I was like, hey, I know that plant. It's funny. It is a real plant. You also have 100 transmute crystals, the Charming Rogue chest pieces, and Deathstroke Autumn Gold, the skill style. Bunch of dual wield skill styles here. That's fine enough. Whatevs. Then we have the Valiant Rogue Staff. Again, just so over the top, but this might grow on me over time. Bugloss is in bug. You're probably right. On to page 9. 1075 seals. Another alchemy craft bag. Some furnishings. So we have a pile of dubious riches, a Khajiit statue, red guard vessel. I'm curious what this dubious riches looks like. Oh, it's like a pile of gold. Okay. The Khajiit statue is pretty cool. Charming Rogue Battle Axe, and 2,000 trade bars. In the premium track, we have the Charming Rogue Shoulders. I haven't been previewing any of these. I just assume I'm not going to like it. The Valiant Rogue Battle Axe. Companion Commendation Parcels. These are kind of useful. There are 3 each of Fighters Guild, Mages, and Undaunted. Whirlwind Spring Green. Okay, this was not talked about, but Whirlwind is like the only two-handed weapon skill that I really use. I mean, the only dual wield skill I use. The Whirling Blades is pretty good. It's also pretty minimal. It doesn't leave any like lingering effects or anything. Kitsune, I have been hearing that the premium pass is bugged. We have not gotten to that yet, though. We will find out. All right, last of the numbered pages. We have page 10. Free rewards, 1,100 seals. The Charming Rogue Greatsword. And the Golden Dwarven Spider, which is actually pretty awesome. I like this a lot. This is probably the first reward in the free track, at least. I've been like, honestly, the paid track too. I've been like, nice. This is actually really cool. I've been looking forward to this. Then the Nirnhoned Research Crate. And an Infinite Archive Aid box. That has some offensive, defensive, and utility verses, along with 3 transformation verses. Then we do have a scribing supplies container in the premium track that contains a focus, signature, and affix script, along with 9 luminous inks, 2,500 gold, the Charming Rogue hats, and finally, Cambio Zamis. He is on page 10 of the premium Tamriel Tome for Season 1. And this is really the main chase for pretty much everybody. Then we also have the Valiant Rogue Greatsword. M4X, I've really given some thought as to how much I want to really get into this. I made a post saying that there were content creators peddling disinformation, and this person basically took offense to that and went on this long, like, I'm your dad diatribe, dressing me down, saying how I was being hateful. People often try to use my faith against me. They say, that's not very Christian of you, is it? I thought Christians were all about love. Yeah, look up the Crusades, bitch, right? But yeah, it was like a 10 comment back and forth, and dude ended up calling me an asshole while also saying he wasn't being disrespectful. And I just said, you know, you win the award for wildest crash out in ESO in 2026, and never got another response. But I don't want to name names. For more information, you can go to my Discord. Okay. Now on to the bonus pages. In the free track, you have 25,000 alliance points. That will help for veterancy. Oh, Witty, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. People have this perception that Christians are all perfect, or at least that they believe they are. That's a Pelagian heresy. I go to a church called St. David's. St. David is the patron saint of Wales, and he absolutely brutalized Pelagians. So no, this is not some Luciferian apotheosis cult. People just don't understand the first thing about theology because they aren't Christian. They don't pay any attention to it. They see it from the outside. That's one of the best things about being Christian, in my opinion, from an intellectual level, is you get to learn so much about theology. I'm actually going to start doing this like theology group at my church. It's going to be really fun. But people don't understand what the sacrifice of Christ actually did, what it means about the nature of sin. They've never read Romans. So, but yeah, no, this happens all the time. All the time. People trying to use my faith against me. Not even being like, oh, so you're stupid for being Christian, but like trying to like manipulate me using my faith. I've gotten used to it at this point, but it's still BS. All right, then we also have 3 Bandari Peddler crates here. 20 Undaunted keys, that'll be useful. And 20,000 gold. And then in the premium track, on the first bonus page, we have 3 Alliance War Grand Skill Line scrolls. Very useful. 75 writ vouchers, 100 transmute crystals, 3 major experience commendations. These give your companion 50,000 experience, and 50 crown fortifying meals. Bewitched sugar skulls are better. And last bonus page, the second bonus page, free track. We have the major experience commendation, a grand amnesty edict. These are very useful. Gets rid of a 100k bounty all at once. The final 3 sunken trove crates, 50 more writ vouchers, and 75 transmute crystals. And then last page in the premium rewards, we have we have 3 instant all research scrolls, 75 crown mimic stones, 50 crown refreshing drinks, 50,000 gold, and 30 more undaunted keys. All right, that does it for the pages, but we are also going to cover what we're also going to cut. Okay, I got spaced out. That does it for all the pages, but we're also going to cover what you get when you upgrade your tome to either premium or premium plus. Hate the sin, love the sinner. Absolutely. Z Ninjatron, why didn't God make us perfect? That is a very good theological question. And the answer is that he did make us perfect. But he made us like him by imbuing us with free will. And then the original man and woman, there are different interpretations of the conflicting accounts in Genesis, but let's just say the original man and woman made the choice to disobey God and step out of the sphere of his protective perfection. So it was human will that rejected the will of God, just like it was angelic will on behalf of Lucifer that rejected heaven and led to the birth of the devil, who then infected humanity with his own hubris and sin by convincing Eve to partake of the apple and also give it to Adam. So due to that, we are under something known as the curse. The curse was broken through the sacrifice of the new Adam, Christ, for our sins, meaning we are no longer held in a state of spiritual condemnation. All those who believe in Christ will be saved in the afterlife. However, this world is still given over to Satan. It is the domain of Satan. Satan rules this world. So in this world, we still have sin. In our fleshly, worldly bodies, we still have sin. That sin is forgiven on the spiritual level, and we can, through Christ and his teachings, partake in the kingdom of heaven here on earth to a degree. But in Corinthians, it tells us that in this world, we see through a mirror darkly, through a dark glass. We are obscured. And the great Catholic writer J.R.R. Tolkien depicted this in The Lord of the Rings as a screen of silver glass that at the end of our days is parted, and we see the world as it truly is. And at the point of resurrection, we'll be returned to a state of perfection, where we will have perfect, unaging, unailing bodies, and the earth itself will be remade into a perfected form of itself. That's like simmering it down to the most basic facts, but basically everything I just said has been debated ad nauseum for the last 2,000 years, and there's a lot of subtlety to it. That's just like the Google AI answer, right? As best as I could put it. It is a great question. It is a great question. Yeah, no, I don't take the talking down to heart. I don't. It's funny. I actually care more when some random person attacks me than when I woke up and I saw all this dissing from an established creator. I was just like, I felt this like, I was just like ready to go. I was just ready to fight that battle. I don't know why. Like sometimes like a random person attacking me does kind of bother me, but this didn't bother me at all for whatever reason. 1 Samuel 15. I'm sorry, I'm not like a genius. Let me pull this up. Okay, so Samuel, where is Samuel? Yep, 1 Samuel 15. I got my KJV here. What are we talking from verse 1? Like, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Remember what Amalek did to Israel. Go smite Amalek. Oh, yeah, okay. So, are you saying like this is kind of like what Zionists and dispensationalists use to justify support of Israel? All of that. So Zionism is a very new ideology. And it used to be that in theology, anything new was derided. because there's nothing new under the sun. But this was all orchestrated by the Rothschild family through this patsy known as Schofield. And then Oxford actually put together the Schofield Reference Bible. It wasn't Schofield at all. He was a patsy. But so dispensationalism is a heretical theology that is actually more Jewish than it is Christian. And I mean, it's entirely Jewish. It's not Christian at all. Non-denominational evangelical dispensationalists are not Christian. They are part of a Jewish cult. Oh man, I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. I'm gonna try to not go too far here. But all of this, Christians are the seed of Abraham. There is no ethnic or religious group aside from Christians in the world that are the inheritors of the covenant with Abraham. And then anyway, when Christ died on the cross, he said, "It is finished," meaning the old covenant is completed. It is fulfilled. That contract no longer has any obligation, and he established a new covenant. Those who partake of the blood and body of Christ and believe in him, they are the new chosen people. Christians are the chosen people. We actually have the right to Israel, Palestine, whatever you call it, the Holy Land. That's ours. It was ours for about 200 years, 1,000 years ago, and it should never have stopped. Okay. Let's get back to the Tamriel Tomes. All right, so in the premium track, we already covered, you get the skin, you get the hyena, you get Combio Zamus. But then if you do get the premium plus track, you get the Dawn Gold Corgi and 2 caches of tome points. Overall, you get 4,000 tome points. And here it says, this includes 2 caches of tome points and a unique cosmetic. Premium owners receive a 50% discount on this upgrade. That's such a shady way of saying that, honestly. So weird. Like, if you've already spent $15, so you spend 15 more. I get what they're saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is everything that is in the Tamriel Tomes. Let's go ahead and look at this Corgi, though, too, really quick. I mean, that Corgi is so cute. I'm going to get it, and I'm going to name it Ein. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get the Premium Plus because I have the tokens for it, and because I want Combio Zamus, mainly. And also, I didn't get the Premium last season, and I want to go ahead and get it. But yeah, the Premium Plus, it needs to be made more worth it. The only reason I'm getting this is just because I have the tome tokens. I mean, I might be tempted to get it, though, just to support Zos and offset all the people canceling their subscriptions. Thank you, Select Start. Yeah, I found the same thing. I found that there are a great number of Christians in the gaming community. It shocked me. But yes, we've generally been browbeaten into submission and don't profess our faith, but now I'm here. The second coming! All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and buy this, and then I'm going to use the restroom really quick. I'm going to stop this recording. Spend 12 premium tome tokens. Yep, we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, yeah, no, this is... any Corgi is Ein to me. Ein the data dog. All right, yeah, let's confirm. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and there we go. Well, I didn't have any problem buying it. Worked just fine for me, so don't know what that's about. I'm going to go ahead and open my caches. Both of them, even though it's kind of silly, I should probably wait. Don't try this at home, guys. But I just want to go ahead and get my points now. All right. So now I've unlocked 2 more pages. I can go ahead and get my one Bandari Peddler crate. Let's go ahead and open it. Why not? It's going to be absolute trash, but let's open it. Hello, I welcome you back. Hello. Okay, well, fine. I got a Tanuki and a bow. Woogly woogly.
Farewell, my good.
Someone here actually likes the Bandari Peddler crates. That's cool. They have the worst rating apexes ever. But I got a bow. Huzzah! I'm gonna go pee. Be right back. All right. I mean, I just bought it. How many caches is it okay to open? You shouldn't open any more than, I think it's 8 or something to get the full thing. Yeah, you probably shouldn't buy. You probably shouldn't open any. Don't do what I did. You try getting it through the ESO launcher. Yeah, maybe try getting it through the game itself. That might solve your issue. Okay, what else do I want to cover here? Well, now we basically just have the new content, out of which I care nothing for the Thieves Guild Questline. I'm sorry, I hate Quen. Quen is so annoying. Can we not get in? Is something... I guess you have to continue with the questline before you can get in. I don't know. The Thieves Guild questline... Maybe I'll get to that at the end of the stream, but I've already been here like an hour. I can't believe that, but I have. What I want to find out about is dynamic encounters. We're going to go check out dynamic encounters. So the one in Glenumbra... Where do you go? Where does it start? Shouldn't there be some kind of an icon? Or does the icon only show up when it's about to start? We got like no information on this ahead of time. I do remember it's like a brand new icon, though. All right, let's just keep going from zone to zone and see if one is available. I know the one in Oridon is somewhere like around here in the middle. So there's a glitch with the Thieves Guild quest where people can't get in the door. That's going on. All the more reason to just hold off for the time being. Okay. So where is the Oridon dynamic encounter? Not seeing anything. That farm is somewhere around here in the middle, though. Can't remember exactly where. But I'm not seeing anything here either. All right, Stone Falls. Let's go check this out. I spent like no time in Stone Falls in this character. Huh. Okay. Nothing here either. The one thing I'm actually interested in doing, I seemingly can't do. Oh, the gold chest icon? That's just from my treasure map add-on. It just shows you where treasure maps that you happen to be holding are located. I'm just going over to this way shrine. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, my understanding is these only come up like every 15 minutes or so. And maybe you have to have already discovered the location first. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some more information here. That I just, you know, usually I'm the one with the most information, but not always. ESO Hub is quite reliable most of the time. All right. How do they work? Rewards. ESO Hub does not have the locations. Dang. ESO Hub does not have the locations. Interesting. Huh. I guess I can just ask in zone chat. That's all I can really think to do at this point. Yeah, that icon is just where a treasure map is. What the fuck? Yeah, I guess I'll just ask in chat. Oh, here's the post board for for favors.
There's an urgent task for you.
Someone's saying in chat they're dynamic and they spawn randomly. Okay. I'm asking if there's an icon that shows up when they become active. Let's go ahead and upgrade my stable while I'm here.
I got a few mounts to sell if you're interested. And no,
Hey,
members
Perk.
of the Lion Guard.
You made it. Okay, so I guess I just kind of have to wait for the dynamic encounter to happen. While we do that, let's just go ahead and check out favors, which I know are going to be terrible.
Warm like the desert sand.
It's not just you and mechanized. We're all pretty much in agreement that the Gold Coast Bazaar seasonal items suck this time around. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and check out favors. The Freerunners post board here in Glenumbra is in Aldcroft. This is my first time going up to one of these boards. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay. Lady Arabelle, who unfortunately could not be here for tonight's show, has left a message for the audience. Select start, I did Google it. Nobody has the info yet. So, Arabelle has something to say to you about nobility. Complete these tasks and I'll give you a picture of my face. Okay. Gonna do the favor and then give it a box. Go ahead, select start. See if you can find it. I mean, I did look, but... All right. We started the favor. Now I have to go kill a delve boss in Rivenspire. And someone else is saying me here that the encounter is north of the Hagfen Way Shrine. And they spawn every 30 minutes. Okay, apparently it'll be here when it's here. Fine. Eventually someone will have a counter for this. But for now, we're going to Rivenspire and we're going to kill a delve boss. Okay. Which one is closest to a way shrine I already have? Probably over here. So we're going to Rivenspire. We're going to Rivenspire. This is one of my favorite zones. And we'll go to the delve and we'll kill the boss and then something else will happen.
Fear not, Khalid. I am ready to...
Orc's Finger Ruins. That's where we're at. Where's the boss? Boss is over here. We have to go all the way around. All right. Might as well grab the Sky Shard while I'm here. Except I'm under attack, it looks like. Still can't grab it. What's up with this? Huh? Whatever. Okay, now Sky Shard's... Oh, he's still attacking me. There we go. Hey, Crux. All the way around to go get this boss. I think I saw someone come in here before me, actually, too. So I might have to wait a minute. I feel so slow. I'm used to my incredibly speedy PvP orc. Yeah. Wake up! I gotta kill you! Wake up! Alright, but someone was just saying... Really? Go home. Someone was just saying in whispers the rotation of all this. Big thank you to Bubba. And it looks like the way that the dynamic encounters work is the Auradon one pops first, then Stone Falls, then Glenumbra, but it's only every 30 minutes. Okay, here we go. Here's the boss. Oh, and of course, nameplates are turned off again. I mean, health bars. I love it when that happens. Is it here? Oh, it is under nameplates. That's right. Okay. Oh, the Auradon one is up. Okay, let's go see if we can find it. Then we'll continue with favors in a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Sweet. All right. Stopping this recording. Gotta start another one. All right, so the dynamic encounter here in Auradon does appear to be live. So we're gonna go check it out. My first dynamic encounter. Yep, we got some horsies. Yep. Okay, so here it is. Lead the horses to the corral. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. This is nuts. Whoa. And all the enemies are going down instantly. Got like probably 100 people here. Okay, so it looks like we brought everyone to the corral. Looks like we already defeated the bandits and stopped the house from being on fire. Or did we? Ah, it's crazy. Look at all these people. I love it. Okay, we drove off the bandits and kept the farm from burning. We finished it. And that was it. All right. I got there a little bit later than I was hoping. But we did at least get one of the chests and finish it. And then this person said that the next one that starts is in Stone Falls. Let's go ahead and head over there and see if we can get started on that. That's pretty cool based merely on how many people were involved. All right, I do not see the icon here yet. So should I just wait a minute or get back to the favors or what? I'll wait like another 30 seconds and then I'll go turn on I'll go turn in the favor. Yeah. Yeah, there should be an add-on that tells you when these are popping. It's also possible that guy had the incorrect rotation. I'm going to go to Glenumbra and check really quick to see if that one's going. I said it was next to Hagfen. Up. Yep. Yep. There's a dynamic encounter. He did have the rotation wrong. It's this one next. Oh wait, no. That's her scenes. That's trying of her scene. I got it mixed up. Okay, never mind. But yeah, okay. I will go ahead and turn in this this favor. All right, so once you've done the favor, it looks like you go back to the post board, or there's a coffer next to it. And then, yeah, there's like this little box next to it. You turn it in, and you get a reward box, and you get some mail. If they actually had the NPC here to talk to, that'd be one thing. This is just so... The rewards you get. Okay. What is the left-hander's Aegis? Is this a new mythic? You get a couple... You get a treasure. You get a completely useless drink. Get a dagger. And I did get a lead, but I don't know what the lead is even for. Okay, well, that's favors for you. You have one in each alliance zone to do once per day, and it has you go do a thing, and then you get some stuff from it. But yeah, I don't get the point of that. I don't understand why they even have it in the game. Back to dynamic encounters. And it seems like this one has not yet spawned. Still. So what did that person say who seems to know what's going on? Encounters pop every 30 minutes after they're completed. I'm really hoping he doesn't mean it takes 30 minutes for the next one in the other zone to show up. I'm hoping this means each one is on a 30-minute rotation. So like the one in Oridon will show up again in 30 minutes now that we've completed it. But it's been about 5 minutes so far, and nothing has shown up here. Okay. I guess I'll go back to Glenumbra. Look again. I don't know, it's not even like a quest line because you don't even interact with any NPCs. You just get mail. Yeah, they're glorified writs. That's exactly what they are. Every time I go here, I see this icon for this Shrine of First Scene, and I get excited, and it's not it. Yeah, so maybe they show up every 10 minutes in like one in each zone, which would mean this the next one should show up here in Glenumbra. Well, they said actually Stonefalls is the next one, so I guess I'll go back to Stonefalls. The next one should show up in Stonefalls in a few minutes, right? Maybe I should just start running through the zone and getting way shrines, so I'll be able to get to it faster. That's probably wise. All right, so I'm gonna use the zone guide and have it take me from way shrine to way shrine. Very convenient. All right. Oops. That shock definitely saw me. Improving the zone guide was one of the best things they did this year. Yeah, let's go straight through the lava. Why not? Okay. Oh, yep, there it is. There it is. All right, let's go. Let's go. I got a ways to go. All right, the next dynamic encounter here in Stone Falls has popped. It's a ways away, though, so I got to hoof it over there. Might take me another couple minutes to get there. Come on, baby. Let's go. Can't this thing go any faster? I am at least getting all the way shrines in the way. 500 meters. It is over here on the end of the map. Hey, Blank Knight, welcome. We are going as fast as we can to get to this dynamic encounter. Okay, we're almost there, almost there. It looks like it is moving already. The icon is not where it was originally. All right. Oh, it's in the sulfur pools. What is going on here? Where is it? What? Wait, now the icon's gone? Wait, is it already over? No, really? Is it literally already over? No. Come on. But yeah, it's not showing up on the... It's not showing up on the map anymore. Man. Dude, that's so fast. Bruh. No. Dude. Oh, that was over too fast. Yeah, I'll be able to get there faster next time. Thank God. But I thought it went all the way across the zone, and I thought it was like some major big thing. Oof. Yeah, it's over now. Okay. Well, we missed that one. These are over quick. But I'm going to go ahead and just camp out. I'm just going to camp out the one in Glenumbra now. This thing's not getting away from me. Yeah, we need some we need this to last longer. Someone's asked me, "Are you Spopes from YouTube?" No, my name's Dan. I'm from Pennsylvania. Ferrari also launders now? I never unlocked Ferrari. So I wouldn't know. I would not know. But yeah, I am going to be I am going to be here when this happens this time. But while we wait, let's see if there's anything else from Tamriel Tomes I want to grab, because I have some more tome points. Yeah. Oh, I can get the I can get a Sunken Trove crate. Let's go ahead and check that out. I'll get the trade bars as well. Is there anything from here that actually I want? From the premium? Yeah, I'll get the alliance skill, war line, whatever you call that. I get the seals, get the bars, and that's it. I need to get more tome points, so let's view the challenges too. Ore from ore veins, collect wood, pickpocket, heist. I'm probably not gonna do the heist, so I'll go ahead and re-roll that. Pick 6 locks, yeah, I'll do that. Pickpocket items, sure. Kill a world boss, sure. Collect wood, sure. Yeah, that's all fine. Daily login, complete 10 free runners post favors. Oh man, okay. Oh, this person's sweet. They're saying, nice to see you in the game for once. I've been subbed to you for months and really enjoy your content. Oh, shit. It's the other Hagfen. And it started. No. All right, we have another dynamic encounter starting, and hopefully I'm not going to miss it this time. Kill the vampires attacking Nimine and Daisy. Okay, this is the one in Glenumbra. Okay, yeah, here we go. We're killing some vampires. Oh man.
Great work. Stay close to Daisy. She's
All right, now we got to follow them.
if she feels unsafe.
Where they? Oh. Okay, are they coming? Yeah, they have those big green icons on their heads. So that's pretty easy. Yeah, I finally made it to a dynamic encounter before it ended. Okay, here we go. Vampires are showing up. Oh, you weren't part of this. I'm so sorry, Red Rogue. You weren't a vampire. Oh, this is really cool. Is having all these people here. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. Kind of hard to see what's going on, but it is cool having all these people. Okay, and now we keep going. We gotta lower the game volume a little bit. I know you guys aren't even part of this, but you're getting... There we go. We can't let Nimine die. Okay.
Where do they keep coming from? This will be over quickly. More vampires! No matter, they won't keep us long.
There's so much going on right now. I ran out of stamina. I gotta rethink some things with this build.
Use what you gathered against the stone. Send our village. You can disrupt our enemy's foul magic.
Our weapons are but one cure for your
I think what I need to do is just turn Bloody Renewal back on. Or I can just use heavy attacks. Because actually I know how to do that, unlike certain people. certain people who might be in charge of combat in the studio.
Done. Let us
May or may not.
ready yourselves. I expect Or Elo's minions to grow.
Okay, we got one chest already.
Seven shadows.
Okay.
Fine.
I didn't get a fragment from that. You have to grind these a lot. Has anyone tried the werewolf skill styles? I mean, I doubt anyone has it yet. I don't think it's even been enough hours this has been out for people to get all of it.
Those vibra trashi sampura.
Fear not, Daisy. This will be over quickly.
Fight is it?
And you go down so fast. Oh yeah, people might have the black one already, but and maybe some people have ash and gray too.
For now.
But the white one requires 10 fragments, so I doubt anyone has that yet. There's a free runner post board in. I discovered the one in Skywatch in Alinor, and there is also one in Aldcroft here in Glenumbra. Wait, what?
So many enemies.
Who did I kill?
Defend against us.
Did I kill an NPC? Why do I have a bounty?
These abominations.
The hell?
Witness my devotion.
Oh yeah, no. There's just this NPC here who everyone has been attacking. I think we probably all got a bounty. Oh man, they gotta fix that.
The stones stink of vile magic. This is Or Elo's den.
I think it's 5 and 10, right? Okay, here we go. We're finally killing the vampire lord.
You send
Here he
out
is.
from those stones. She'll fall, same as the rest.
I guess we gotta take down these pylons first.
She'll need those
Yeah,
destroy them.
the inhibitor stone's gotta go down before we can damage him. It appears I'm the only one who's figured that out. Okay, wait, no, there's someone else taking him down too. Okay, and he's gonna be down in a second. Oh, he's got more inhibitor stones, so okay.
Or Elo needs those stones. Destroy them.
Oh, this thing get damaged. You have to do them in order or something? Interesting. All right. Oh, one. Nope. He's dead.
Tamriel is safer, thanks to you. Feel free
Okay.
to loot whatever
We
treasure
did it.
Or Elo and her ilk hoarded away.
We did it. Did I get a fragment?
Things fade. Even the infamy of our actions.
It appears I did not. Well, that's disappointing. What's up with that Kagudi? Okay. I didn't get a fragment for the one you get from this is the Blood Scion skill style. But I got nothing. Well, we finally did a full dynamic encounter from basically beginning, so I'm stoked with that. Let's head back to Oridon. I'll go over here because I got a bounty. I'm wait for that to disappear. Oh, my stream got all messed up on my monitor here. There we go. Okay, so it was like, this is the farm that got attacked. So I'm just going to go straight over there and just wait. But yeah, I'm gonna have 2 videos coming out in the next couple days. One will be a review of the Gold Coast Bazaar items and the Tamriel Tome itself. And then we're all just waiting. Look at this. My God. And then after that, I'll have a review of the favors and dynamic encounters. I'm going to combine that. And then I'm not sure. I'm thinking of doing another stream maybe tomorrow or the next day to run through the Thieves Guild questline. Maybe. I'm just so not interested in it. But it would be good content. I think people are kind of relying on me to cover it. Yeah, we're gonna start with hang on. We're gonna start with the review of the tome and the Gold Coast Bazaar tomorrow. There should be a repeatable reward in the pass. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I hasn't ever responded to this very nice person who reached out. All right. Wait, is it starting or no? People are just making noise. While we're waiting, I'm gonna check and see if there's any new communication from Zos. We have a new website article about season 1. Nothing new here. It's a very comprehensive and long article, but nothing in it we don't already know. Derp. I will check and see. I haven't checked in a couple hours. If anyone else has been added to the layoff roster. I know that many of us are hoping to see one additional name there. Only one. Nope. Nope. Still only 63 confirmed layoffs. This guy last night, like, where did he even get this number from? He just said, that 330 people have been laid off at Zos. This is the kind of stuff that I've been dealing with. I had to I started really crashing out last night hard. It was just too much to deal with. And yeah, Witty, I did see that little post from Kevin just basically saying, thanks, hang on, we'll let you know more. Yeah. Yeah, he said over 300 people got laid off. Like, just where did he even come up with this? And he seemed like he genuinely, like, it's hard to tell, right? But it seemed like he genuinely believed that. Like, he really thought that was the case. And, like, how do you... what is the process by which you transit from reality to such an absurd delusion? Like, how do you even get from point A to point B with that? I mean, there's actually a lot of room for legitimate disagreement and discourse here. I'm increasingly moving. Like, I started when I first saw this. Well, I had about a moment of panic. And then I actually stopped and did research, and I was like, oh, okay. Then I was agnostic. Like, by the time I did my stream on Monday, did my video condensing that, I was like, yeah, we just really don't know. We don't know what's going to happen here. But the more I've looked into it, the more convinced I actually am that this is going to be a net positive for the studio. And I'm also honestly a bit concerned that the counter narrative to that, and I mean, I know this is going to sound paranoid, but this whole hysterical doomerist counter narrative, I'm starting to think it was astroturfed. And I'm starting to suspect the ringleader was a prominent person who was laid off. Because that prominent person was basically best friends with the same content creator who attacked me yesterday. That person has a lot of contacts in gaming journalism and could also have directed that woman on Blue Sky to make the post she did. I understand some people getting things wrong some of the time. But when I start to become suspicious, and yes, maybe paranoid, I'm going to be the first to admit I might be wrong here, and I hope I am. But when I start to get paranoid, is when so many people are wrong and also refuse to learn what's right. And then everyone asks, like, you know, information manipulation never happens. There's no such thing as disinformation. Like, okay. Right. So then why did the person peddling the disinformation really try his hardest yesterday to shut me down and get me to stop talking? Again, I hope this is just paranoid lunacy. I really do. I actually, it's crazy to say this, but I actually hope that everyone was just incredibly stupid and got it wrong because they're dumb. But I'm having more and more trouble believing that. I'm more of the opinion that there was sour grapes involved and some entitled toxic person decided, you know what, if I'm going down, the studio's going down with me. I'm taking the game down with me. Again, I have no proof of this. I hope I'm wrong. But I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, honestly. I mean, not like that sounds insane. Like, I've just been up all night thinking about this. I mean, what I mean by that is it keeps coming back to my mind. Like, what's the real story here, right? You were thinking the same thing? Nope, the dynamic encounter started. Okay, we're finally here for the start of the dynamic encounter in Oridon. And man, it's just going down so fast. Like, is there even any point? Like, I guess I should get some hits in so I get my chest and everything. This is going... It's going down faster than an Alakir Dolmen. Oh my lord. Wow. Okay, now we gotta get the buckets. Okay, and the buckets are all gone instantly too. Wait, did I actually get a bucket? No, I didn't get a bucket. It's taking all my buckets. Hey. Okay, I finally got a bucket. Okay. Oh, there's a fire right here.
The horses are still in the barn.
Oh no, they got to. I just want to put. Okay, I. So funny. Absolutely nothing like how it was demonstrated. I got the first chest. And we gotta lead the horses to their little hole. And also kill the bandits. I don't know, I'm not sure if you have enough people for this. I don't know if we'll be able to get them all. This is a big struggle, you know? Oh, there are more fires now? It's my bucket! My bucket. Yeah, there we go. Put out the fire. Oh, ouch. Okay. For some reason, this reminds me of RuneScape. I'm not sure why, but this is like reminding me of OSRS. Something about carrying the... I don't know. Okay, now we got a boss. Where's the boss? Where even is the boss? Is there a boss, or are we just killing ads?
Any last
And, it's over? Did we do it? Oh, wait, there's more fires. Okay. I just want a bucket. Mom, they won't let me have the bucket. There's a fire. That's mine. I shall be the one to extinguish this foul flame. There's still some more. You guys gonna do anything about that? Gonna put out the fires? Yeah, there's someone here. I'll stand on it. Oh, we did it.
But I can rebuild.
Okay. Okay. Well, wait, did I literally just get gold from that? Okay. So really quick, summarizing what we know about dynamic encounters. Each dynamic encounter is on a 30-minute timer, meaning after one ends, the next iteration of that same dynamic encounter will begin 30 minutes afterward in the same spot in the same zone. On top of that, the 3 dynamic encounters appear to be spaced out by around 10 minutes. And the rotation goes like this. The one in Oradon happens, then the one in Stonefalls happens, then the one in Glenumbra happens. So you have about 5 to 10 minutes to complete the one here in Oradon. Then you need to get to Stonefalls to do the next one. In Oradon, the dynamic encounter is right here, just north of Vocal Guard at this farm. We'll get to the chat here in a minute. I just want to synthesize all this. The next dynamic encounter begins right around here near the Sulphur Pools Way Shrine in Stonefalls. And then lastly, the third one begins a little bit north of the North Hagfen Way Shrine in Glenumbra. This one in Glenumbra is where you get the fragments for the skill style for Blood Scion. And the one in Stonefalls is where you get the fragments for the werewolf skill styles. And apparently you also get the Thieves' Den house through this somehow. And there's also the Alessian Rebel armor style or something like that. That's what it's called. But yeah, right now at least these are way undertuned. I think they should happen more frequently, maybe somehow. But they should also be harder to complete because they're over basically instantly. They'll also become less popular over time, so maybe it doesn't need to be tuned at all. But I haven't gotten any of the fragments so far, and I've done one in each zone. So it looks like these will be pretty grindy, but they're also relatively fun and interesting. They have an actual narrative to them. You have to do things. There are these green icons over the NPCs you're supposed to protect or do things with or whatever. I think they're pretty cool. They could probably be a little bit harder, but that's also what we have challenge difficulty for. Overall, I like dynamic encounters a lot, and I can't wait to see what they continue to do with them as the system evolves. Okay, we're gonna start wrapping things up here, guys. We're gonna leave the Thieves Guild quest line for another day. We've covered the new Gold Coast Bazaar, the new Tamriel Tome. We've covered favors and dynamic encounters. And yeah, well, I'll take my time with the Thieves Guild. It's the one I'm least excited for anyway. All right, but let's see what everyone's saying in the chat here, and then I'm going to start wrapping up. The community is one of those stupid I've seen. No comment. The most superfluous people are usually the first to go in layoffs. I've gotten a lot of pushback against this. I did last year too. People say layoffs are just caused by corporate greed. Like, it's just such a childish, idiotic way of looking at it. Like, if layoffs were just random and due to greed, they wouldn't work. The point of layoffs is to make the organizations in which they occur more productive and effective. And I admitted in my video very carefully that doesn't always happen. People make errors. But it's not like the CEO of Xbox, Sharma, she just woke up one morning saying, "Oh, I feel greedy. Time to lay off some people." It is usually the weakest links. It's the people who are either superfluous or not doing their jobs. And I said the people not doing their jobs, and that can mean people, like I said in the video, who are just literally not doing them on purpose because they're lazy or they suck. But it can also be because the job that they are there to do no longer really exists. Not in a real way, like where it needs to be completed. That's what I meant. I guess it took some nuance to understand what that meant, but people just freaked out. Yeah, the 14 layers of management. All that Sharma said is that this is the case for some of the studios under the Xbox banner. She did not specifically call out ZOS, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if ZOS had somewhere near that level of management hierarchy. Basically, whenever these companies get big enough, they start to operate like a mob. And it's like any lazy and greedy people, when they all get together, it always eventually leads to ultimately what you would call theft, right? Where the contracts that gamers enter into with the studios that create their games is, okay, I will pay for your games and your cosmetics and your subscriptions and your battle passes. In return, the unspoken contract is you will use that money and that goodwill to then respond with creating the best product you possibly can. It's not like we're not giving the best money we possibly have. We're giving you real money, so we expect real results. But what happens is entire calcified layers of management emerge simply to divert those funds away from actually producing the products in an effective or meaningful way. That is the ultimate purpose, is simply on there's multiple levels. On one level, it's to make the company more wealthy at the expense of its investors, in this case, the gamers. And it's also to create superfluous positions that satisfy two basic human sins: greed and slothfulness. Where, as a middle manager, you're not really doing anything. You're not contributing anything. Your day consists of going into an office and bossing people around. You're not creative. You're not productive. You are ultimately superfluous. And thank God Almighty, thank our Lord Jesus Christ, that this is one of the first types of positions that is going by the wayside with AI. And believe it or not, AI can tell people what to do, and it can actually do it way better than people can. A single AI model can keep track of everything that's going on in an organization, especially of ZOS's size, at a given time. It can come up with estimates. It can come up with crunch schedules. It can come up with when things are going to get done, what needs to be done to get it done, who needs to do those things to get those things done. It can do all of that without the entitled laziness of waltzing in with your Starbucks cup at 10 a.m., then leaving at noon for 2 hours to have lunch, and maybe coming back and doing a couple hours of work drunk off your ass from Chili's with 3 margaritas at around 2 or 2:30 until maybe 4:30. You put in 3 to 4 hours of work. That's if you even go in the office, which you probably don't. If you're at home, you're probably doing an hour of work a day, but you're getting paid probably 150 fucking K a year, if not more. Seniority increases that. The higher you go up in these meaningless, it's like ancient Chinese society with their layers of nobles and ministers and whatever. It's all a nepotistic power game where you go up in the ladder, you don't actually produce anymore. Actually, the higher you go up in the ladder, the less you produce. But you get paid way more than you should. And that's unfair. It's unethical, but it's also, from a bottom line perspective, it's unsustainable. And let me be clear, it's not all middle management that got kicked out. But I was just thinking about this last night. Okay, so bear with me here. I think this is all part of one cohesive and glorious plan. So around 2 years ago, Microsoft first starts to really recognize shit is not going right at ZOS. And so they look into it. And they identify people within the studio who are actually doing a good job. The product manager, whose job is to look at the whole game as a product. How do I market this? Nick Giacomini.
All things fade,
The
even the infamy of our actions.
director of the live events, because those are very popular with most people. They inject continuous value into the game and lead to players returning. Joe Burba. As far back as maybe 2 or even 3 years ago, Microsoft leadership identifies those 2 people and those in their orbit as their agents and begins working with them clandestinely behind the scenes. I assume that Nick and Joe knew they were getting their new jobs considerably before everyone else. So fast forward to last year. Project Blackbird is canceled. Matt Fuhrer resigns in protest. An unknown number of employees at ZOS get laid off. That was probably closer to half the studio, because they had about half the studio working on Blackbird. But they've rehired since then, by the way. Did you know that? You can actually hire more people after other ones get laid off. That happens. It's normal. It happens all the time. It's kind of the point of layoffs, to get rid of encrusted, calcified people who aren't worth what they're being paid, and then you can replace them with people who are going to really try, right? So dumb. This is all just this discourse around this is so dumb on so many levels. But okay, so last year, Matt Fuhrer leaves, Rich Lambert is shuffled, Joe Burba and Nick Giacomini come in to take their places. Joe Burba is now studio director. Nick Giacomini is now game director. We haven't really heard much from Joe and Nick over the last year. Why do you think that is? What do you think they've been doing? They have been looking at the studio with a fucking magnifying glass, with a goddamn, microscope. They've been analyzing every little detail of its operation. Because they're big bullies? No, because they want the studio to succeed, because that's the kind of people they are. They are by the numbers, brass tacks type of people. Those are the jobs they've had within the studio forever. They were chosen on purpose to then gut ZOS and make it function, to fix it. Over the last year, it's my belief that Nick has been going around and figuring out which people are going to be on board with his new agile development philosophy and which ones are going to be sticks in the mud and get in the way. So obviously Rich Lambert. I mean, he was switched from game director to studio game director, which right after Blackbird is immediately a slap in the face saying, hey, we're going to still keep developing other games. Fuck ESO. Who cares? We're just going to use your money again to develop more new games. Well, fuck you. Fuck you. That's how I felt at the time. I still feel that way. I'm so pissed about that. Like, oh, we canceled Blackbird, but we made this new position called Studio Game Director, which directly implies we're going to keep making other games. Well, he's gone. That obviously wasn't part of the lean, agile vision of Nick Giacomini. Nick Giacomini's enemies are suddenly disappearing. It's like The Godfather or something. And I don't know what was going on with Gina Bruno. I don't really know why, if she was standing in the way or if she was just being paid too much to show people her dog and cook. I'm with the latter, honestly. That she was just complacent, comfortable, incompetent, and toxic. I'm sure, like any good toady, she groveled at Nick's feet and was happy to do whatever he wanted, so long as she could keep getting paid probably $250K a year or more to do her stupid job that a literal monkey could do better. I don't know if she was really standing in the way or if she was just a pointless money suck. Probably the latter, honestly. And then the rest of the people, I'm not saying that everyone on that list of 63 was justified or they were dead weight or they should have gotten removed, but I'm thinking at least probably half of them. We also know that there were 2 writers responsible for the creation of Can Lauren. They're gone. That doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. So, I think this is all part of Nick's grand plan. I really do. And part of the reason I came to this conclusion, I'm a big physiognomy guy. I think that physiognomy is a real science. I think with human beings, you can judge a book by their cover. I think this has been removed from the social lexicon because it's too true. And we're ruled by evil psychopaths that don't want us to know that we can tell they're insane by looking at them. But when I look at Nick Giacomini, I just see cold, hard logic. I can just imagine a developer crying about how they're going to have how they pay their bills and take care of their kids, and Nick just looking at them, just complete deadpan with absolutely no emotion. Like, I can imagine the terror that would be struck in the hearts of inefficient employees when Nick walks down the cubicles, then he stops at yours and says, "Hey, what are you working on?" Just complete blank, fucking autistic chud stare. "Hey, what are you working on this week?" Then you tell him, and you're like, try to dress it up to make it sound like it's so good and important and everything. He says, "Oh, okay," and walks away. And then you just sit there sweating and shaking. Like the total opposite of Matt Fuhrer. Just this fat, jolly Santa Claus guy just going around, "Well, let's all have a party. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. You don't have to work. Just give Santa a hug." Like, and then you get, or even Rich Lambert. I kind of mixing it up because Joe Burb is the replacement of Matt Fuhrer. Giacomini is the replacement of Rich Lambert. Rich Lambert always had this kind of like shifty, sideways look on his face, like, maybe you could give me a back rub and then you'll get a raise, like that kind of attitude, right? Nick Giacomini is the turbo chud, and I think he's been working hand in hand with Microsoft to figure out, okay, we have this insanely profitable property here. How do we extricate it from the quagmire that it has become entangled in to make it actually be worth the investment that players continue to pour into it? How do we do that? I think that has been the number one question on the minds of Nick Giacomini and Microsoft over the last year. And I think we're now seeing the initial stages of the answer to that question. Union busting. They should never have unionized. They should never have unionized at ZOS. That was the beginning of the end. It was fucking stupid. I would not be surprised if that union gets dissolved soon. It really should. So done. I came for seasoned gameplay and got a college level economics lecture. They don't teach us in college. That's the problem. You don't learn this in college. Then you get your MBA and you go to a company and your first manager tells you this over some bumps of coke, right? You know, in the parking lot. Now listen, man, here's how things actually work here. He gets all red face and sweaty. His eyes get all, glazed over. Look, we don't tolerate bullshit here. I don't know what they taught you at your fancy Ivy League school, but forget all of it. Get to work. Yeah, I'm like the C-suite executive. It takes a shine to you as a junior employee, and takes you to the parking lot, and you do bumps of coke, and then you learn all this. My problem is thinking rationally and critically. I know. I gotta stop being so sane. It's a big problem. Hey, Josie. Levendula say it's close to the truth, but you're scared of the panic. Hopefully ZOS provides a quick update. Honestly, I hope they just leave everybody hanging for like a week. Just see what they do. All the crybabies. Because the point is, like, whales don't care. All these crybabies are just broke and can't afford anything in the game, and they're basement dwellers. Hang them out to dry. Yeah, Josie, the gate bug is a big thing, apparently. I haven't even tried the Thieves Guild quest, partially for that reason, partially because I don't care about it. Yeah, lots of people are having issues. They didn't want to come back to the office at ZOS, so they went on strike. Yep. Yeah. No, working from home only works if you have a very small team or you're a lone wolf. In a large organization like that, it's just absolutely toxic. Yes, I did showcase a new tome. It's at the beginning. Blitz and Pieces. Yeah, Michael Hickson, that's every community stream. There's technical difficulties. People just talk about cats, dogs, pickles, flirting with vampires, just God forbid anything but the actual updates to the game. They make fun of each other. They act like cliquish high school students. It's been abysmal. I will not miss seeing Gina's face. The only reason I'll miss it is because she was the only one who actually had a good camera and a good mic. So you could actually see her and hear her. But otherwise, no. Yep, the Tanloran writers are gone. That's Elon Musk at Twitter. Yeah, I honestly feel like Nick Giacomini is the Elon Musk of ZOS. And when Elon Musk went in, and I'm not a big Elon fan, but what he did with Twitter was absolutely a genius masterclass. When Elon Musk went in and fired 80% of the staff, all the news outlets came out saying he just killed Twitter. It's all over. There's no way it can survive. Then he released Grok right after that. And X is still doing fine. Literally 80% of the people at the studio were expendable, and he proved that. And that is the norm for tech these days. People forget Skyrim was made by 100 people. ESO launched with 150 people. Somehow they got over 400 people in the interim. Laziness. They had a person whose literal full-time paid job was just to make the Crown Showcase articles every month. I have so much trouble even believing that, but it's true. Unbelievable. Zerathfar watch you murdering. I can become Santa with that voice of ESO dice. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the content release schedule got sped up. I have no idea at this point. But I think there was a lot of dead weight. I really do. You're saying Gina was caught with the content creator who cannot be named, gatekeeping content from casual players? I didn't know about this either. Yeah, the Thieves Guild Questline is apparently broken. I don't know. Just everyone crying about this. I'm just losing my patience. I really am. The game was finally getting better, and now this, and what's gonna happen? I don't know. We're all gonna die someday. Get right with God. Figure it out. Look, don't you think I'm the one who should care? Don't you think I should, if anyone, I should care about this? How much time have I put into covering this? How many hours have I worked making content for this game? Don't you think I should be the first one crying and freaking out and moaning oh, it's gonna happen, oh no? But you know what? I adapt to adversity. When bad things happen, I overcome them. If the game dies, I'll switch to another one. You can't control this shit in life. You shouldn't worry about it unless you're a goddamn weakling. What are other people gonna lose if the game dies? Oh, all your shiny crap, all your achievement points. What am I gonna lose? A whole lot more. Actual income. But I don't care. Why should you? Get the fuck over it. Thank you, Dylan Flynn. Yeah, if they sabotage the Thieves Guild quest out of spite, I mean, that's possible. Warhead, shut the fuck up. I get so tired of this. People saying, you can't swear and also love Jesus. Yeah, watch me, bitch. You're gone. Your whiny ass is yeeted. Someone else trying to use my faith against me again. God, that gets boring. God, that gets tedious. You're not really Christian if you say the F word. Yeah, fuck you. People can be concerned and worried, but we have no actual information to base any real decisions or feelings on. Yeah, I mean, like, if you feel like an appropriate response to challenges in life is to sit there cringing like a prey animal, whatever, you do you. I can't encourage you to take control of your own destiny. Maybe I can try, but it's up to you, right? But if you want to respond to adversity with vigorous domination, that's definitely the preferable approach. If you want to sit there and cry in your little hole waiting for the eagle to strike, I mean, whatever. But I'd rather be the eagle. Right? If there's a choice. People are losing their jobs every day. Yeah, like, for real. Next Thieves Guild quest. Who stole Gina Bruno? Like, what's coming to my mind? Is it, you know, the Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? But it's Gina Bruno wearing the red hat and the trench coat and everything. You're going to be a rock instead. You know, that might be better than being an eagle. Oh, man. I'm just so tired of these people. You're Christian. You can't ever be mean about anything. Well, you know, I probably shouldn't be, but look, you guys, you don't know any theology because you're not Christian. You don't understand what it means to be a sinful person in need of constant forgiveness. And yeah, maybe one day I'll be sanctified, but there is no perfection in human life. There is sainthood, but there's no perfection. The blue sky culling. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's really happening here. I am an Anglican Christian. I'm a member of the ACNA, a church as part of the ACNA. The American, it's the Anglican Church of North America. Now, this is one of the, what you call the big three of traditional liturgical denominations, where you have the Roman Catholic Church, which has really lost its way, especially post-Vatican II. You have the Orthodox, who their problem is they believe they're the only real church. Plus, they cross themselves backwards, and you have to stand for the entire 3-hour service. They get a lot right, though. They get a lot right. But those were the two original schismatic sects. We're going way back to the Great Schism of 1015 or whatever. There was well, there were actually multiple churches, interesting, but there's the only church originally that was just considered the church. It wasn't called the Catholic Church back then. And then that split into the Byzantine and Catholic churches. The Byzantine became the Orthodox. But interestingly, Tertullian, the historian, indicates that there were Christian missionaries and actually churches on ye old Isle of Albion in the 2nd century AD. Now, for comparison, the Council of Nicaea did not occur till the 3rd century. So the Christian church in England actually predates the Council of Nicaea. And then in the 1500s, there was a growing social movement for England to break away from the Catholic Church. It was at times quite violent and bloody. And this was finally facilitated by one of the King Henrys, I think the 5th or the 7th or someone, who wanted to get a divorce but couldn't through the Catholic system. So instated the first official Church of England. Ultimately for that purpose, but people absurdly simplify this, saying the whole thing was based on a divorce. No, the people of England had for centuries wanted this. But then in the 1600s, it came into existence. England went back to being Catholic for a while, then finally really established the Church of England and never went back since. Now, in the original 13 colonies of the United States, the Church of England was the official religion. When we founded America, we stopped having official religions, but it remained the Church of the elite for really until like around the 1950s and a little bit after that. But that's when things started going crazy. But during the Revolutionary War, they rebranded to the Episcopal Church because they didn't want to be associated with English loyalists. So the Church of England, but in America, became known as the Episcopal Church. And it was known as the Church of the Elite for centuries, for 200 years. Because all of the intelligentsia and the quote-unquote noble bloodlines in America were part of the Episcopal Church. Now, my belief and the belief of many other analysts is that drew the attention of intelligence agencies during the 50s and 60s, like the CIA, who then started working rapidly to shift the focus of the Episcopal Church to new social doctrines, the beginning of the woke movement, civil rights, etc. And it went progressively more and more in that direction. And I visited Episcopal churches and I've seen it firsthand. So then the ACNA branched out of this in the late 2000s. The response of the Episcopal Church was to try to use lawfare to completely shut them down. And then ironically, the Anglican Church of the South, located mainly in Africa, but also South America, made the North American Anglican Church into a missionary district, thereby giving it legitimacy. So it was like reverse colonialism. If the Anglicans had not gone to Africa and South America, the ACNA would not exist because the Episcopal Church very aggressively tried to shut it down. But so me and my friends think that the Episcopal Church, the Anglican Church, will be the wellspring of ecumenism that will eventually reunite the church, not in the Anglican Church. It'd be weird if everyone was Anglican, but we are the middle ground. The Anglican Church emerged. It's a very, very old church, first of all. It predates the Council of Nicaea, and it emerged out of the British Enlightenment. So it's very logical and rational. It keeps what makes sense. It gets rid of what does not. It's not perfect, but I didn't know any of this when I started going there, but I've since realized that God guided me really to what I feel like is the right church. But yeah, there we go. That was a very long answer to a very simple question. I am a member of an ACNA church. Oh yeah, we do the sacraments, 100%. Asmund Cold is going to pick me up, but yeah, I doubt it. We'll see. Yeah, no, Gina is a creep. Yeah, it was Henry VIII. Thank you. Yeah, I think that ecumenism is really going to start in the Anglican Church, and part of the reason why is there's actually an Anglican ordinance within the Catholic Church now, where Pope Benedict recognized the beauty and legitimacy of our sacraments and our worship, and actually carved out a space in the Catholic Church for Anglicans. So I think this is just going to continue. Yeah, not letting religious attacks control you. We need a gospel coalition. I'm sorry, but I don't think evangelicals can be included. I think that they're a Jewish cult. There are some exceptions, but Zionism, Christian Zionism is a Jewish cult. Not saying any hatred against Jews. I'm just saying they're not Christian by definition. So any form of Christianity that's ultimately more Jewish than Christian is also not Christian. But I think there are plenty of legitimate denominations left, for sure. Yeah, the purge is overdue. Max, I don't know if you just got here, but I was talking recently about how I think this has been in the works for around 3 years. I think it's just really entering into the operative phase of something that's been in progress for a long time. Okay, but I've been here almost 3 hours now. I'm going to go ahead and quit. The rest of the family's out. My boys has been here on his own the whole time. Probably wants to play Fortnite with me, or like might need some food or something. I don't know. What do kids like? Pesticides? Just kidding. No, my door's open. He can come get me if he needs me. But he's probably playing chess. He's such a nerd. This kid's so good at chess. It freaks me out. He's 7, but he's better than everyone else in the family at chess now. It's terrifying. Let's finish up with a prayer. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Lord Jesus, thank you for making it possible to do this stream today. Thank you for all the new content in Season 1. Thank you for the Elder Scrolls Online. Lord, my heart is with the studio. I ask that you send your Holy Ghost to Zos and fill them with your Holy Spirit. Bless them. Bless them with the spirit of Pentecost. Undo the pain in their heart they must be feeling, and allow your work to be done in the studio to bring it to new heights. Let this change be for the good. And Lord, I thank you for my community, and I ask you to bless them, everyone in my community, everyone watching today. Lord, I give you all glory for this stream and for my channel. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. All right, y'all. That's going to do it. We'll do the Thieves Guild at some point, but I'll have a couple videos coming out that I shot during this stream. So first, tomorrow, my review of the Tamriel Tome and the new Gold Coast Bazaar items. Then the next day after that, my review of Favors and Dynamic Encounters. Yeah. God bless you all for being here. It's so great seeing every time more and more amens in the chats. You know, it's so true that Christians are like the silent majority of gamers, and they finally do have a voice in me, and that's awesome. God, bye, nerds. Yeah, we're all nerds, and that's fine. Yeah, get your laptop charged. Yeah, stream's over. I've been here for like 3 hours. We covered everything we wanted to cover, including a lot of historical and theological discussion. Also economics. Don't forget that part. God bless you, Sir Alwyn. Thank you guys for being here. It's time to finish up. But look forward to more content in the next couple days. And go ahead and subscribe and like if you haven't. And I will be here. Come what may. God bless. See you later.